strong's out, baby. We're the land of the champions. Steve A, I'm coming right with you, boy.
Just talk to me about the things you said to me this week. You feel like you've not been getting the opportunities that you wanted, and now you feel like you're going to get them from this victory.
Keep me the underdog, UFC. Dana, Sean, keep me that underdog, baby. I'll show you why you found me. It was never a bantamweight, never. Y'all judged me because I was a bantamweight. I wasn't big enough, but now I'm the bigger one. Give me what I deserve, a fucking chance.
Do you feel like experience paid off in this fight? You seem to edge the fight towards the end. You got the takedown late. How do you feel like this went for you?
You made me fight in the wrong lane for years and made me doubt myself. And I'm the best. I'm the fucking best, and I deserve it. I deserve it so much. You guys don't even know, but I'll show you.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sound of Violence podcast. This is our recap show for, I don't know, fucking everything at this point. We've been off for a week, so we will talk briefly about UFC Fight Night 132, Edwards versus Cowboy.
Yeah.
We have
Singapore.
Singapore. We also will talk about the Tuesday Night Contender Series, Episode 2, Season 2. We'll talk about, that's later. We'll talk about PFL, or Pizza Fun League, I should say. 2018 number 2 regular season tournament show. How the fuck naming convention they're using for those nowadays. And we'll also talk about the show that we went to this last weekend. We'll briefly mention EBI, which was a lot of fun to watch on Sunday. But speaking of Sunday, we didn't get a chance to make it to the EBI card down here in San Diego because we were at the Summerfist VII card out in the Del Mar Fair.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
So we will get to all that, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Bellet 4 201 card. William Lay McBarland versus some lady at actually they're at Pachanga down here in San Diego as well.
Oh, cool.
So we'll talk about that a bit. But why don't we go ahead and intro. I am Pulver, by the way. I should have said that before I just listed off like 1,900 things and rambled. But I'm Pulver, and I'm here with my co-host, as always, Chris Madaffer. What up, dude?
Enjoying a nice gin and tonic, courtesy of Cutwater Spirits.
That's right. This is the first time I've had a Cutwater Spirits gin and tonic.
What do you think?
Maybe the best gin and tonic I've ever had. I don't really like gin and tonics.
Neither
Their use of cucumber is
that's what I was saying.
dope.
That's why I like it, yeah.
The cucumber cuts a lot of the bite on the tonic and really makes... Oh, grapefruit is the other one, which all makes sense. But yeah, it's delicious. Probably the best gin and tonic I've ever had.
Yeah, I mean, I've had gin like straight up, and usually it's either sweet or it's like really dry. It's kind of like I feel like there needs to be.
It's like you're drinking a pine tree.
Yeah, or something that's a little. It's kind of like, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a gin connoisseur.
You're not Snoop Dogg, is what you're saying?
Sure.
Speaking of Contender Series,
good old Tanqueray. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Oh, gotta love him and Faber, huh?
Yeah, I'm glad they dodged that bullet.
They can't afford to fucking pay him for that show.
Yeah,
twice.
they're probably like, our fighters don't like this asshole.
Well, I don't think they give a shit about what the fighters think. But yeah, pretty funny. But why don't we get into... so we took last week off, but the week before that, which feels like forever ago now, was the Leon Edwards versus Donald Cerrone card, which was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
So I should state ahead of time, the first time I watched this card, I was one of like 4 people on the MMA community awake at 1:30 in the morning, because we put out our episode, I think about 30 to 40 minutes before that show started. Because we finished at like, I want to say 11.
I think it was like 11, yeah.
And then we bullshitted for like a half hour or so, and then I started editing, and I got the show posted by like 1 a.m. Pacific time, and then we put that up like around then, and the show started at 1:30 Pacific time, and so I just kept drinking and hanging out with like, I want to say maybe Jason on the MMA community, or 1 or 2 other people were on there, and we were just talking till 4 a.m. where evidently I passed out on the couch waiting for I forget which fight it was. Oh, I think Rolando D put me to sleep. I think that was the fight
did
where
you
I
just
went down.
like timestamp something, or did you just
No,
check
I
your
just
phone?
remember
Or you just remember a fight?
I went back and I looked at the ones I'd seen, and I checked the last post I made before I stopped posting. It was like around 4 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. And so I went back and rewatched the rest of the card, but it was a fun one. Despite me, I probably shouldn't have stayed up. I probably should have passed out and then watched the card in the morning. That's probably the right way to do that.
Yeah, it seems right to me.
And you caught it afterwards, right?
I literally watched it today on my day off.
That's the way to do it, right?
Yeah.
Because then you're just able to go through and just kind of skip through and see what you want to see.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, let me know when you want to get into this. But like for the first fight,
yeah, let's go ahead and jump right in.
So yeah, the first fight was Korea's Jin Young Kim versus Hungary's Melinda Fabian.
Actually, you want to start from the top?
Yeah, let's start from the top because this was the one fight I watched here because I didn't catch it earlier today. So the main event was Donald Cerrone versus Great Britain's Leon Edwards. This is a welterweight bout. The final decision, it was a decision, unanimous decision, I believe unanimous.
Yep.
48-47. I thought that was the right call in favor of Leon Edwards.
I agree. That's the way
rounds,
I had it.
I guess
Donald
Cowboy had just 4 and 5.
barely
right?
took 4 and 5.
But it was just like...
It was the takedowns and him having a little bit more volume than he did in the previous 3, but like they were also very close rounds. And without takedowns, and some ground and pound,
I feel like it's one of those fights if they ran it back, Cerrone could definitely maybe edge it up the next time.
I could
it's
see
weird.
that.
Yeah.
Especially if he's able to use more sneaky ass techniques like grabbing the glove and throwing high kicks with the opposite side.
Yeah, that was
one of the dopest moves I've ever seen.
That was impressive because I haven't seen something like that before. So.
The king of Dundasso type shit. Like Chad Dundas must have stood and clapped in his house when he saw that shit. But I was super impressed. But yeah, Leon Edwards, as soon as I saw Leon Edwards walk out and remembered he was southpaw against Donald Cerrone, and he throws body kicks, which is like... There's probably not a better kryptonite for Donald Cerrone than a southpaw with body kicks, right?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else. It's just that power
left,
just the main left kick to the body is already targeting the liver because it's on your right side.
Donald's known to not be great when getting hit to the body. Like he if there's anything Donald's ever had a knock on him against, it's been that he has trouble taking body shots, especially on the liver side. And Leon Edwards was able to throw those pretty consistently throughout the fight. Also, the leg kicks were pretty impressive from what I remember. But strong performance in general from Edwards.
Yeah, and I think Edwards called out Jorge Masvidal, who accepted it verbally.
Yeah, which I would love. I think that fight's fun, man.
I think they match up pretty. I would give the nod to Masvidal depending
on what
shape he's in.
But also, I don't know a time that I've not picked Masvidal in a fight. It's been a very long time. Like maybe Ali Quinta, but even then, I think I picked Masvidal.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a very long time. So, just because I like his style, and especially working down at ATT and with a wrestler like Colby, which was his biggest weakness, was his wrestling. But you could see...
Well, it's like both of those dudes.
They literally are the counter opposite in style.
Well, that's why it's good for them that they're like fucking best buds, especially in the position Colby's in, getting the unified title shot. Now he gets to just spend most of his time with the stand-up and, kind of in the head movement, avoiding that inevitable overhand from Tyron.
Oh, 100%. And if you're able to slip shit from Masvidal, who's way faster than a lot of dudes in that division, it says something.
Yeah, and we'll be getting to that if they fight, because they probably will fight, I would guess.
For sure.
On Madison
you mean
Square
when
Garden?
Tyron's going to murder a white man?
Yeah, I would say in Madison Square Garden.
For good reason?
Yeah, right. He's going to end the whole shtick.
I can't wait.
If we're wrong, that means it's a crazy fucking world. The world's a twisted place.
Hey, I said the same thing about RDA. What do I know?
Yeah.
But we both got the Leon Edwards fight right, although we both had it via TKO KO. I think I had it late. I probably had it early. But yeah, win decision.
And good on Cowboy for...
Definitely only... The first 3 rounds are all Leon Edwards.
Yeah, and good on Cowboy for still taking this fight, because apparently he was very sick.
Super sick. He sounded sick as shit after the fight. Like, when you listen to him in interviews, he sounds super sick. So
the co-main event was...
some
St.
fucking
Preux.
light heavyweight bullshit with OSP involved, like always.
Yeah.
That dude. Can we just say, like, I think it was
I think he won based just on his strength. Being able to give up after fucking getting knocked the fuck down. I wrote some notes.
But, like, one thing we should note is that fucking MMA Depressed called this shit, like, a week ago. They're like, I don't know, Tyson Pedro's probably gonna, like, do some dumb sacrifice throw and get subbed by some weird OSP shit. And that's 1-to-1 what happened. So, that show, if you guys don't know, we retweeted it, I think a week or two ago. But, yeah, they fucking nailed that pick.
Yeah, one thing I like from Pedro is he used the question mark kick and landed on it flush right in like the first minute of the first round, and then he scored the knockdown with the quick jab right after.
Yep.
After he did that, when OSP got up, he tried to do a standing guillotine, which is how Ilir Latifi finished OSP.
He was pretty deep on it, too.
Study. However,
Well, he is out of Jackson.
yeah, and however, his
Brandon
downfall
Gibson.
is when he had that sideways takedown, which OSP reversed. After that, he grabbed his arm, and since OSP is so physically strong, he was able to just turn it into an arm.
Yeah, he basically fucked up.
Fucking like half from like side control too.
Yeah, it was it was a straight arm bar. So essentially, it's rather than a Kimura where you take it towards the shoulder.
He was like mounted, but on his ribs.
Right, and rather than a Kimura where you take it towards the shoulder, it's the elbow lock rather than a shoulder lock. But yeah. As soon as he he kind of tried to latch onto it before the sacrifice throw. And then once he ended up on top, when Tyson Pedro blew that takedown and ended up on bottom half, he immediately reached over for it. And he's real good with Kimuras and those like power subs like that. I believe he's gotten a couple guys with Kimuras. At least on the regional scene, if not in the UFC.
Yeah, you had Pedro by sub. I had OSP by decision.
I had Pedro by sub mostly because I thought Pedro wouldn't be throwing terrible sacrifice takedowns.
Which is what happened, unfortunately.
Well, and I was going to say Tai Tuivasa style, so maybe those two things are related, but he looked good early, though.
Yeah, he did.
I'm so excited to see where that dude goes, but I just have trouble ever depending on OSP to do anything because I'm always wrong.
And OSP says he wants to run it back with Jimmy Manawa, so good luck.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever picked an OSP fight right.
I don't know if I have.
Oh, he fought John Jones.
Until
no, I think I picked OSP over John Jones.
I think I did too, just because.
Sure. I think I've literally picked every one of OSP's fights wrong. So, also, I don't feel bad about that because having seen him fight.
Yeah. Next we had, before that, a women's flyweight bout between Jessica Rose Clark and Jessica I. Jessica I ended up getting the...
Just crime!
Was this Unani?
Yes, unanimous decision, 30-27, 29-28, 29-28.
I had her by decision because I felt like she was going to utilize the grappling, which she did.
Smart.
That's actually what got her the victory.
You were right. I was leaning that way, and then I went Clark because I was high on Clark.
I wrote that the jab from I was money because it allowed her to level change quickly. She would go jab real quick straight to the nose, stun her, and then just take her to the ground.
Yeah, do you have it all 3 rounds, Jess?
I think I gave one to Clark.
I gave the middle round to Clark.
I think that's what I did too. I just remember one of them, I was like, Clark won one.
Well, Jessica, I definitely won the first round because as far as I'm concerned, because it was pretty competitive. Although I had her ahead, and then she finished that round pretty fucking strong throwing combos. And then the second round, I had it. It was again very close. I had it Clark barely just off of shots landed, and then Jessica I in the third. I had it off her throwing enough volume and also getting some takedowns and getting some good ground and pound in. But really competitive, and both of them look much better.
Oh yeah.
Like Jessica Clark even said on Twitter, I believe, that her defensive striking or her defense while striking has gotten so much better. Where she's posting pictures of her having her hand up while throwing shots, and it's only like deep in combos where she was getting clipped in that fight. So
yeah.
It's cool to see. It's cool to see both of them improve at such a rapid rate. And dude, Jessica I's turning shit around. Like, remember, she was close to getting cut. She was like 0-3 or 0-4.
Yeah, so I think the fact they added flyweight
back-to-back
helped her out big time.
She is made for that division, and she also has super underrated wrestling that's just getting better.
So yeah, shouts out to her team in
Stipe's
Cleveland.
team, yeah. I always forget the name that I can't.
forget the guy's name. We had a welterweight fight between
Jingling!
Li Jingliang versus Abe Lincoln. Dachi Abe.
That's
Abe.
right.
Just kidding. Abe. So me and you both picked Zhang Lang.
We did.
I had him by TKO, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't hate that pick.
Oh,
I actually would have gone with that pick if I didn't.
I think I picked a TKO because I think Abe had gotten finished in his last fight or something like that.
And I'm not mad at that pick, regardless, even after the fight, because Abe is pretty fucking tough.
Yeah, he took
but
some
Zhang
damage.
Lang, threw fucking heat this fight. He's gotten much better though at timing and
Yeah, I liked what he did. Is he worked his overhand right combo after he threw that low outside leg kick.
a lot of kicks
Snapped
from him
those
in this
outside leg
fight.
kicks, which were really good. It was impressive.
I believe
he even
Abe's
scored
out
a
of
30
Alpha Male, right?
I don't know.
He might be.
Ishihara is.
I know Ishihara is. I know.
And so is our boy Yadong.
Yeah, Yudong is out of there. I believe Abe is too, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But either way, impressive showing by Jing Liang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had it, I don't know if I had it 30-26.
I think I just did 30-27.
I think I had 30-26
I like how
because
you
the
wrote
one
30.
round.
I like how you
I
actually.
definitely would-
wrote 30-37.
I definitely wrote 30-37. Two judges, according to me, had it 30-37 for Abe. Sure.
Interesting.
Wonder what that was supposed to be.
So
Anyway, fun main
this
card,
one-
but the prelims were way better.
Yeah, so this fight right here, speaking of him, Teru Ishihara out of Team Alpha Male, the Japanese prospect. I think he's still a prospect, pretty much.
absolutely.
He was fighting debut.
He's young in his career.
A debut fighter from Russia. I think they call it Petr.
UFC debut fighter.
That's right.
Multiple
Yeah.
time ACB champ
Yes.
and bad motherfucker.
Yeah,
which is the
Peter
reason why
Yan.
we picked him.
I think they called him Petr Yan, but I don't know. Peter sounds right.
It's also
anyways,
John Gooden and
what-
Dan Hardy, so who knows how that pronunciation is getting translated.
Did you say John Goodman or is it John
Gooden.
Oh, Goodman. I thought you said John Goodman. What?
No, John Gooden.
That'd be entertaining as fuck. If he did his Big Lebowski Walter Sobchak.
Oh, I was hoping for Treme with the
Oh,
goddamn flood is caused by the
Yeah.
fucking levees. Fuck you, you fucking fucks. Anyway.
Yeah, imagine if he was a commentator. He's like, enough of these eye pokes. Does anyone here give a shit about the rules?
Yeah.
Pulls out a gun.
Exactly. Show we're fucking Shabbos.
Yeah, right. Don't fucking roll.
Show we're Shabbos.
So Ishihara, I didn't realize this is a bantamweight fight, so he's going down in weight. He's a featherweight, right?
I think he went down
both?
with the fight before, if I remember right. I could be wrong though.
I mean, technically, after you lose to Artem the Goat Lobov, you might as well go down in weight.
Oh boy. Still my favorite GIF ever. That hammer fist, that standing hammer fist.
Well, the one where is that the one where it shows the hammer, it shows him like hitting him and there's blood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I meant the one where it's not even the hammer and it's just.
Oh no, there's one someone really good at Photoshop. It shows an actual hammer and you can hear it. It shows like blood, like him hitting him in the head.
Pretty solid.
So what notes I have on here? Jan starts closing the octagon, and basically he's just kind of stoic and calm. He's studying
He's trying to.
Ishihara's awkward movement.
Yeah, he's trying to draw out shots.
Ishihara lands early a nice double leg takedown, but Jan gets up pretty fucking quickly. This guy probably does sambo, and a lot of grappling. He's
Something.
Russian.
Yeah,
Jan,
he immediately popped up.
yeah. Jan connects a flush over.
Well, actually, no. You know what it is? He's from ACB, where there's a lot of strong Dagestan wrestlers.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least Russian wrestlers. So, like, you have
Out of
to
one
be
of the
good
Caucasus area.
Yeah, like, that whole area, because that's where ACB's whole talent pool is from. So you have to be good at shucking takedowns, or else you're going to spend the entire round on your back.
And I think it was it was in the first round. So
Yep.
later on, he tags Ishihara once with an overhand left flush right in like the nose, which dropped him and wobbled Ishihara.
Bad.
After that, Ishihara gets up, still a little wobbly. He then rocks him again with it's like a short right to the temple, right?
Yep. Wobbles him again. It, like, wobbles back against the fence. And then he hits him with that third shot, like, which is like a step-off right hand at an angle, and puts him down hard.
Yeah, the ref pretty much
and then
calls
ground
it
and
right
pounds
there.
it. Yeah, and then ground and pounds him out. Nasty fucking performance. And anybody who was not aware of Peter or Petteryon, however you want to say it, before this fight. Holy shit, be aware. This dude's a bad motherfucker.
And speaking of bad motherfuckers,
Yadong.
we had a bantamweight fight between Felipe Arantes and Song Yadong.
Chris, I heard Yadong was giving out beatings so bad on Saturday night.
I heard Yadong's finished strong.
I heard...
And he busted all over Arantes' face.
I heard Yadong was just blasting to the head and body the entire time.
I heard Yadong was throwing erect punches.
Okay.
I was reaching there.
That one was on the nose, but I'll put it. That's the perfect segue.
Anyways,
holy shit,
Song
dude.
Yadong he's from Beijing, China.
Yeah, he's
only.
great.
You know what's crazy? He's only 20 years old.
He's fucking great.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. He's only 20 years old. That's like fucking nuts.
Yeah, the way I believe it was. I want to say
And he's an alpha male.
Yeah, I want to say it was either Phil McKenzie or Evil Greg Jackson or. That's the same person, by the way. Or,
Yes.
I want to say, maybe, it was somebody like Phil McKenzie, if it wasn't Phil McKenzie. Or maybe like Pogus Boxeo or one of those guys. They were talking about how he was just throwing those shoe shine body shots, combos, that were so fucking nasty. This dude just hit him with everything.
And me and you both had Arantes.
We both had Arantes. I didn't, full disclosure, I believe I said this during the show, did not do any tape study on Song Yadong.
Yes, same here.
Aside from maybe he's had a fight before that I clearly did not remember well.
I just remember I was discussing it. We were looking at his past couple fights. Pretty much all of them were by like knockout or TKO.
Right.
We're like, well, but he's only had like one fight in the UFC or something like that. And
Something like that.
Always subs guys, so I'll go with the grappler.
But dude, Yadong was a beast on top.
His wrestling, just an alpha man.
His
like,
top game and ground and pound was so
dude,
nasty.
I feel like since he's only 20, I think he's a future contender, possibly bantamweight if he gets shaped up the right way.
He's
in that
huge
camp.
for that division.
Yeah. I mean, he's training with Cody. He's got to be. And those other guys. Those other bantamweights.
That's a decent point, because that dude hits hard enough.
He hits hard as fuck.
I was going to say, he hits hard enough that for sure you got to figure they're putting him in there with dudes like Cody.
Yeah.
Just heavy hooks and body
And
shots.
Josh Emmett.
That first round, I had him 10-8.
I think I kind of thought of
It
that
was
too.
close. It could have been 10-9, but Arantes just didn't do enough to not get 10-8'd in that round, according to me.
Yeah, and he knocked him out with a clinch elbow, which is beautiful, with 10 seconds left
Yeah, when it
in
was
the second
over the
round.
top elbows, where you just, as you're exiting the clinch, you slip that right underhook and you bang over the top with the elbow. It was nasty. Super nasty. I forget who did that recently. Somebody hit that exact same, where you slide the right hand out and bang over the top.
Yeah, I know. Mike Perry did it against Ellenberger.
That's one of them, yeah, for sure. Oh, you know what? I was recently watching Tyron Woodley, Ellenberger as well, and Ellenberger did Tyron Woodley.
Okay.
Shouts out to Joe Rogan's podcast where he replayed that.
So before that, it was a featherweight bout between the Philippines' Rolando D and I think New Zealand's Shane Young.
Yeah, that Young D fight.
Yeah, this was interesting. Yeah, this was interesting. Like D looked like he was getting bodied for like just all of the first round.
Yeah, Young basically was just throwing pressure combos
Young's
on him.
head
the entire
movement was
fight.
good. He had good footwork. D had some good body hooks.
D's defense is not great though, and it's starting to be a problem, like significantly be a problem. Because dude eats a lot of shots if you close the distance on him.
Young had a forearm for a KO, TKO. He was the other guy in a fight besides Yadong.
Right,
Yeah, he landed
right.
a short. It was like a shoving forearm or whatever. It was like this. Like
It was a right.
It was
that
like
came
what
across
Weidman
weird.
did to
Yeah.
Mark Munoz back in the day, when he just kind of caught him on the forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he just kind of shoved him, and he just kind of fell down.
Yeah, it's like a weird. Yeah, it's like a weird right hand that kind of had a little bit of forearm to it.
So yeah, very impressive victory by Shane Young. Will be an interesting prospect to follow. Here's another song story.
That's right. We got this song fight
Song
right. By the way,
Kernan. I think they pronounce it
butchered.
Kernan.
We butchered the D and the Aranches fights, which looking back on it, I can see how we did since neither of us did tape study for either of those. But I probably should have seen those coming if we would have watched any tape study. Also, you did much better than me in picks on this fight. Shouts out to the co-main and Jessica Rose Clark Jessica I fight.
Oh, I just had two more right than you, right?
Or
Yeah.
I guess Matt Schnell also, which we'll get to.
Oh, yeah. That was kind of a guess, though.
That was a smart pick.
Not gonna lie, that was kind
I
of a
just
guess.
thought Inoue would try and go to the ground, which he didn't do.
Didn't at all.
I guess we basically just now talked about that fight. That's how that goes.
So, Song Kernan, I think they're about to say Kernan?
Sure.
I don't know. I'll just call him Song. He's the other Song. He fought Mexico's, Baja California, Mexicali. Shout out to the local guy. Hector Aldana. He made his UFC debut. I think he looked impressive in the first round.
Yeah.
In the first round he looked okay. He was mixing it up. He was bleeding because they said, did one of Song's fingers get him? And they zoomed in, and dude, he had like a tiny cut in the lower eyelid. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And I remember Dan Hardy said he's looking like a Bond villain. It's like, fuck.
It was pretty nasty.
Yeah, it's not going to leave a fun scar. But yeah, for UFC debut, Aldana looked good. But yeah, Song, what did I say? Aldana had some beautiful sweeps to takedowns. They were really good in the first round.
For sure.
Song had powerful landing body kicks. This really started breaking down Aldana and his stamina, which kind of led to the finish in round 2. Once Song landed a sharp right straight to the temple, it just put the lights out of Aldana.
Yep. Although we should say that Song did straight up land a dick kick that was then got a rest, restarted, and then 15 seconds later landed that right hand.
Yeah.
I feel like that stuff never gets mentioned enough, so there was a dick kick right before that finish, but it was like a full minute before that finish, so take for that what you will. But yeah, impressive performance, good right hand, and solid finish.
So, okay.
So we got Jake Matthews versus Shinzo Onyai. Wait,
Shinso.
I fucked up that name so
Shinsho.
bad.
It's Shinsho Onsai.
Yeah.
Yeah, versus Japan's Shinsho Onsai versus Australia's Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews, from what I had here, Onsai basically started pushing forward relentlessly. He was just fucking throwing kettlebells.
Forward.
Throwing kettlebells
Yeah.
for hands, as Dan Hardy said.
Ridiculous.
He caught a knee pretty bad for Matthews going in against the fence.
Yep.
Matthews showed great defense. Matthews basically took it to the ground pretty quickly. Got full mount. Just started just hammering him with just good ground and pound. Transition, got his back, sunk in that rear naked, and he knocked him out via submission. He got that, you know what I mean? He just sunk it in, and
He put him
didn't
out.
even tap. He put him out fast.
Jake
That was
Matthews,
scary.
I've been very high on. Him and OAM are like the two young dudes who came up around the same time that I was very high on both of them just because their surprising ability to wrestle and their like grappling skills. And they're starting to put their hands together. Because Jake Matthews, I believe, is a surprisingly good wrestler. And
I
especially
feel like
for an
Australians, they have underrated wrestling.
they're starting to. They didn't used to. Like back in the day, you saw a dude from Australia and you're like, oh boy, if he's facing a wrestler, this is going to be a long fucking fight.
The only way I go wrestling is from wrestling fucking crocodiles.
Right. Hey, you can only anaconda something with a neck, you know what I'm saying?
Shouts out to Ben Hogan. Just kidding. Seriously though.
Fucking stingrays.
Yeah. Seriously though, good shit by Jake Matthews. Looking forward to see what he has, what comes in store next.
Absolutely.
Before that, we had a women's strawweight bout between Yan Chaonan against China's Yan Chaonan versus Brazil's Vivian Pereira.
So I barely remember this fight. 'Cause
Yeah,
this was
okay,
like
so I had-
one of the ones that I was delirious and drunk for.
Okay, so basically, Yan kept striking and moving forward with pressure all through rounds, just the same cycle, and she was very loud in her. She wasn't like a Holly Holm ish. It was more like a yeah, like this, like you and Dan Hardy's like she's just throwing so much aggression and like power.
Is it Carolina that does that a lot?
No, not like not like loud. Like you could tell, it's almost like Jesus.
There's somebody in that 115 division.
It almost like watching her fight. It seemed like she was mocking martial arts. Not really, but like it seemed like hiya or like fucking Randy Marsh kiya.
Yeah,
you know, shit like that. She didn't look bad.
Easiest way to get me to root against you is fucking Ki after every shot. Jesus fucking Christ! It's the whole reason I've never picked Holly Holm in a fight.
I'll just say this: it wasn't really an eventful fight at all. It was just them kind of just connecting back. It was a boxing match. There was barely any clinch work. I don't remember seeing really any leg kicks except for a couple from Jan. What was hilarious to me is the winner by unanimous decision was Brazil's Vivian Pereira, at least according to the ref, even though Bruce Buffer clearly announced, Yan Chaonan! And then he lifts up Pereira's hand, and she's like, yay! And he's like, awkwardly, no, it's, your name's not Yan Chaonan, and Yan Chaonan is just late. Oh shit, I won.
Chris, don't be racist. That ref can't see races, alright? He sees all people as the same color. So there's no difference between Yan Chaonan and Vivian Pereira. They're both Brazilian in his eyes and Chinese or whatever.
Sure, I'll give him a pass this time.
Yeah, that's not a good look as a ref. That's your one job. You got like 3 jobs as a ref. That's one.
Let's just hope that's not the same ref refereeing Woodley Covington, because watch, he'll be like, in the winner, Tyron Woodley holds up Kobe's hand. Oh, I thought your name's Tyron.
Oh God, the world would break.
Or holds up Colby Covington, puts up Tyron's hand, and still.
Yeah. Also, speaking of great refs, we will mention later that Chris Liebman was great this weekend.
Yeah, I thought he did a great job.
He was one of the better refs at the event. So.
And shouts out to the announcer guy.
Oh, I fucking wish I could remember his name.
Fuck. I can't remember his name, but I just like he was like, with a ready 145
with his fucking Bruce Buffer suits. Yeah, we'll I'll look him up and we'll tweet out his name if you go to TSOV Pod on Twitter. We'll tweet out something to that ref because he was great and super nice when we talked to him. Or not ref, announcer. With his fucking blue suede jacket with like fucking paisley pattern on it.
He's probably glad he didn't wear matching pants. He probably would have burned up.
Well, dude, he did that. He does that show every year. He was there last year too.
Oh, cool.
But he's a very nice guy. Like very personable and like came up to us and started talking to us and shit. So yeah, cool dude. Anyway, we'll get to that later.
Jan got the dub unanimously over Pereira. Good fight for her. This men's flyweight bout.
The
flyweight bout between tough veteran Matt Schnell, American, went up against Japan's Naoki Inoue. This was a split decision ruling in favor of Schnell. This fight was interesting. To me, it was pretty fucking even. I think you even could have called this a draw, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Just from an eye test.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
It's not gonna lie, I kind of watched it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at it, but like, I was just appalled that Inoue went for 0 takedowns.
There was no takedown attempts.
He just didn't even try to go for takedowns, which I realized halfway through the fight. Oh right, he doesn't shoot double legs or single legs or any kind of standard American wrestling, or even like wrestling. It's all clinch work, and he was not having any success there. But like, I thought if they would have gotten into grappling exchanges, he would have had the advantage. He just never tried to do that. And he got soundly decisioned for it, as far as I could tell. It was still competitive, don't get me wrong, but I think he definitely lost that one. Janelle Lauza versus Oka Sasaki.
This, all I literally wrote was Sasaki wrestles him for entire first round, and then my only other note, because I had the same 2 rounds, wrestle fucked entire fight, multiple submission opportunities with rear naked submission opportunity for Sasaki. Unanimous win. That's literally all I wrote. I mean, that's...
Well, not unanimous, because he fucking subbed him.
He subbed him.
In the second. But...
I said unanimous win, so it's still...
unanimous that
that's what I meant.
He won the entire fight. There was no part that he wasn't winning. He was diving for takedowns, Randy Couture, James Toney style, like... fucking 10 seconds into this fight. It was very early. He's just going like low fucking ankle pick singles and shit, trying to get this fight to the ground, and then did that the entire
Sasaki really
time.
Showed the advantage of his height. Especially for that fucking weight
class. He looks pretty gassed in that second round, but still got the takedown. And then once he got the takedown, was able to beat him up from mount. And then
I feel like, dude, if you're 5'10" and you can make 125, I'd say put on some meat and go to 135 because you still have such a big advantage.
I agree, but when you're young enough to stay at 125, you can just get a title shot real quick.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Like, there's a lot quicker shot to the title at 125 than 135.
Yeah,
and also
135 is way harder.
Also, who wouldn't watch Oka Sasaki versus DJ? Even though I think DJ would kill him, I still want to watch it.
Yeah.
Like, I'd watch that. Right, I would have watched that before this fight. Yeah. I'd definitely watch it after. It's not. He should not get a title shot. Don't get me wrong. That's not what should happen. but 125 kind of doesn't make sense or matter to the UFC. So, who knows, man? He's also a Euro High favorite guy, which doesn't hurt your chances at a title shot. We'll put it that way.
Yep.
So, should be interesting.
All I will say is, Dana, check the record, bud.
Check the record, bud. Bud.
So...
Dana, there's a naked chick in my bathroom who's shitting all over the place.
Shitting all over the floor. That's so weird.
Fucking story.
So, after that, the first fight of the morning, the early morning, I'd say evening.
Well, it was night for me since I was still up, but yeah.
I was asleep. Was women's flyweight bout between Korea's Junyoung Kim against Hungary's Melinda Fabian. Melinda Fabian was a kickboxer, if I recall correctly, and Kim was a boxer-grappler.
Yep.
But if I remember what limited notes that I have on here, I just said close fight overall. It looked pretty even to me.
It was very close. I gave Fabian the first round just off of her boxing and her landing a little bit more. But in the second and third, June Kim just kept landing hard counters, mostly hooks, mainly right hands and left hooks, like big overhand rights and left hooks, counters. And that's just kind of what she does. And it's kind of seems like it's what she's going to keep doing. So, a great fight. I really liked it. Kim, I thought, definitely took the last 2 rounds. I don't know how the fuck you give that a split. It's not. I don't agree at all with it being a split decision, but I could see how someone would give it that off of not understanding how striking works. But yeah.
Overall, I thought it was a decent card for a Fight Pass.
Super fun.
Yeah.
And also, Fight Pass pacing never hurts, man. I got through like 6 fights before 4 a.m. just to figure out that I actually 100% passed out and then threw my back out sleeping on this awful couch.
So, I know you wanted to mention this quickly.
I mostly just wanted to...
I didn't get to watch any of this because I totally forgot about it. So I'll have you...
go to the bottom and I'm literally just going to rattle through this Pizza Fun League
the professional,
card.
also known as the Professional Football League.
Nah, what are you talking about? It's the Pizza Fun League, bro. PFL number 2 tournament. Yeah, so things I want to shout out. Chris Wade lost on the prelims via unanimous decision. Let's see.
Thiago Tavares. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Thiago Tavares won. Thiago Tavares lost via TKO via dick strike. Because Robert...
didn't originally they give him the win, but did they overturn it?
No, Robert Wally dick kicked him.
Oh.
He couldn't recover. And Robert Wally was given a KO TKO.
That's so stupid.
Via accidental groin strike.
It's probably one of the worst decisions I've ever heard in my life.
Well, because evidently in Chicago... If you hit someone in the dick, it's automatically accidental, and as a result, if the fight ends because of an accidental strike, then you give it to the person who can continue.
So you're saying if
it's basically,
I were a professional fighter,
you should
and
be
I was
dick
on a
kicking in Chicago.
I'm gonna kick someone as hard as I can in the balls.
But you need to be careful though, because if you don't finish them with a dick kick, you will get taken points.
Oh, okay. So I'll just kick them as hard as I can.
Right, but I also would worry that if you hit them 2 or 3 times in the dick via kick.
No, but like I said, kick them as hard.
No, if you
probably be done.
I would go straight spinning back kicks to the dick the entire time. And that's hire Joe Rogan to spinning back kick them in the dick.
I'd almost probably do a feint to a switch kick, so then it's like a counter dick kick and does more damage.
Problem with the switch kick though is you're not going to really get in.
You're not going to get.
You're going to break your foot on the cup before you're going to really get
I'd have
deep
to connect
on that.
Mostly shin.
Yeah, no, you gotta. That's why I would say that turning side kick that Joe Rogan likes. Let's see, Vinny Magalhaes got the RNC in the first round, super easy. Just dominant as fuck. Islam Mamedov got the decision. Sean O'Connell got the knockout after some fucking rough times in the first round against Honey Marks.
So, and then I was listening to Coming Event discuss the controversial submission guillotine choke of Efren Escudero fighting Jason High.
It's terrible.
So basically, you said the ref called it a tap, even though High didn't tap?
100%.
And then Escudero's like, I would have beat him anyway.
Well, that's... I mean, what else are you going to say?
Yeah.
But, like, High, the ref called the tap. High was reaching and, He's doing that thing where you're touching and then you let go because you're thinking about, am I gonna like try and fight this way or then another way? So he goes and touches his arm and then lets go. But it's not like a tap. It's like a touch that's like one tap. Yeah. And like there's a reason why they always say you have to tap 3 times for it to actually be a tap, is because of this exact shit. And what Luke Thomas referred to as the Brazilian tap on the MMA Hour today, which is only the MMA 2 hours. We'll talk about that actually in a bit, but it's nice. Anyway, yeah, so Efren Escudero got a janky-ass win over Jason High. Jason High then pushed the referee again and threw a bunch of chairs. Kayla Harrison got one of the most dominant wins I have seen in a while from a debut fighter. Holy shit, keep an eye out for Kayla Harrison. Solid top control, out of ATT, solid so ground and pound, hit the belly down armbar.
The fact you just said
fucking
out of
money.
ATT will probably half answer my question. I was going to ask you, does she have stand-up?
Doesn't matter yet.
Okay. I mean, yeah, but you know what I mean. You know where I'm going with this? I don't want to say Rhonda, you know.
Let's not do that because everyone's done it.
Already done it. But you know, that's
and she
only
won by
why.
armbar.
That's only why I asked you, does she have stand-up?
No, she does not yet.
Not yet. But she's at ATT.
She was on the feet for 10 seconds in this fight.
And she's at ATT.
Right.
Which is amazing.
Right. Well, and Mike Brown was the main coach in her corner.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank God she's at ATT.
Yeah, she's going to be a fucking beast. Get ready for her to be putting on cyborg-style smashings on girls in PFL.
How old is Kayla Harrison? Probably like early to mid-20s?
You click on her, right-click open on her profile. She's not that. She's not young.
27?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she's like your age, right?
Yeah, but then again, this is her first fucking fight. So there you go.
First fight and...
Yeah, GSP started when he was 26.
And coming from judo.
Yeah, she'll be fun.
And training with Henzo Gracie.
Yeah, she'll be good.
According to Tapology.
Yeah.
I know for a fact
totally
she's training with... she has Mike Brown in her corner right now. And she's training with her old judo coach still, so... Yeah, she's going to be a fucking beast, dude. The way she won this fight was scary impressive, so... definitely keep an eye out for her. Brian Foster got the win over Ramsey Nijem. Knee and punches. Or flying knee and punches. Ramsey didn't look bad early, but then he just got fucking...
Does he try wrestling anymore, or is he just kind of commit to his stand-up?
He just does Ramsey Nijem things. Yeah. But he got fucking blasted with that knee and punches and put out. And then Will Brooks got the win over Luis Firmino. I'm going to go ahead and, as I have many times on this show, say I fucking love Will Brooks, and he's one of my favorites, so I'm happy he got the win.
Yeah,
I have a fucking Will Brooks t-shirt. I love the guy. I think he's great. His UFC run was super depressing.
Is this part of the tournament for like $1 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was a very close fight, but Will Brooks was just able to get the takedowns and beat him up the way Will Brooks does. I have a soft spot for those wrestlers who just can take, like the Ben Askren, John Fitch, Will Brooks, like those dudes who can make the fight the least fun ever and still just completely dominate dudes, because they don't even get hit most of the time. Like Will Brooks hasn't been getting a bunch of losses because he's been getting blasted, aside from the was it Yancey fight, one of those.
Yeah. But
other than that, like, he's been losing because he's been sticking his head in guillotines. But he fought a couple of them off in this fight and looked good in general. I'm real high on it. Pizza Fun League for the win. My new favorite every other Thursday tradition is to order pizza and watch Pizza Fun League and hang out on the MMA community forum.
Is it pretty much every Thursday, or how often is pizza?
Every other, I believe.
Okay.
About.
On NBC, like right?
NBC,
yeah, NBC.
Yes.
Yeah, because they own World Series of Fight, or the
prelims are on Facebook, and then the main card is on NBC Sports Network. So it's not regular NBC; it's NBC Sports Network. Kind of like how WSLF was before.
Gotcha.
But
basically what they show hockey on.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
But a lot of fun.
So
Well, first, we should talk briefly. We'll talk about this on not this Saturday, since we're taking this Saturday off to a commentary, but next Saturday, there is the...
Do you want to just talk about this then on that day? Is early?
Well, so this is going to happen on Friday.
Oh, this
is
is
going to be
Friday.
happening before we tape, basically,
That's
on because since we're taping on Saturday this week, the Bellator 201 card, which is going to be interesting. And so I
I'm
want
not actually be able to watch this. I'll be off work around 5.
Yeah, unfortunately, since
But it's tape delay.
I don't know. Yes, it probably is. I don't watch them via, let's say, cable. Let's say I watch them via the internet. Like,
I mean, you know me. I just go to my dad's house and watch it on cable. Of course.
I probably watch it through their internet app. Is how I probably watch.
Yeah,
it.
dude. Of course, you told me before. You just go on the app and you just log in via your cable provider. I mean, you told me you do this.
No, I've definitely said that.
Yeah.
I've definitely said such things. But I would have been at this event if it wasn't for the fact that I'm broke and I don't have time on Friday to be going to Temecula.
Yeah.
That's by the time I get there, the fight after work, the fight's gonna be fucking 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah.
And then I have to drive back drunk, which is not the way to handle Temecula.
No, see, like, you wouldn't drive back drunk. That means you, like, fuck, I can't drink now.
Well,
Temecula.
that's the thing.
But yeah.
I'm gonna get drunk when I'm at the casino, because it's at Pachanga.
Oh, it's crashed there.
Well, right, but rooms at Pachanga are expensive as fuck.
Yeah, it is a nice casino.
It's not even that nice, but it's expensive compared to, like... Let's put it this way. It's more expensive than it should be.
Yeah.
For fucking Pachanga.
It's because it's a big casino. It's one of the big... I think it's the biggest... If I remember correctly, because I was there last year when I saw Tom Segura, it's the largest casino not in Vegas in the whole country.
Really? That can't be right.
I swear to God.
That can't be right.
Swear to God, that's
it's not even that big.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty fucking huge.
I guess.
It's way bigger than, like, Barona, any of that shit, or Garris.
Right, but, like, that's because those are,
dude,
like...
that place is massive.
Budget, I guess. Maybe I haven't been in Pachanga in a while.
Yeah.
Maybe I've only... Actually, now that I think about it, I haven't been in Pachanga probably since I was, like, 18.
And, dude, they've expanded. That's why. You'll see. You'll see. It's fucking new.
So I think I've only been to Barona and...
Probably like Harrah's or, like...
Where did we see Bill Burr?
That was at Harrah's.
Harrah's, yeah.
Yeah. That was such a shit fucking little convention.
It's the worst fucking venue
all
ever
sitting in,
for
like,
comedy.
folding chairs, just like...
Bill Burr's... I feel like I'm at a fucking real estate convention.
yeah.
You're
Or a
fucking...
PTA meeting.
You fucking... What
Yeah.
the fuck kind of lighting is this? You all look like you're fucking at a shitty... Yeah, it's not good. Anyway, so this Bellator 201 card... Should be interesting.
Anything you want to highlight on here?
Mainly just want to talk about... actually, scroll down. Let's just look at the prelims. Let's just see if anybody's name stands out. I don't see... Oh, Tyrell Fortune is fighting, which is always a should watch. Actually, shit. These prelims are dope. Tyrell Fortune, Kerry Melendez...
Gibbler, Melendez...
And Ed Ruth. All three of them are
Ed
fighting.
Ruth, stand-up wrestler from Penn State.
Yes, you should not miss any
And
of those. Because those will all be dope. And by the way, Kerry Melendez damn near killed the girl.
Okay, Valerie Letourneau is back.
Yeah, so on the main card's actually pretty good. Valerie Letourneau is taking on Christina Williams. If you open up Christina Williams' profile, Christina, I believe her last fight out fought somebody with a name. Who was it? Emily Ducati.
Okay, and Heather Hardy.
Yep,
Okay.
and she has that win over Heather Hardy where she head kicked her into oblivion.
Broke her nose in half.
Yeah, that was... The way she head kicked Heather Hardy was fucked up. So, it's understandable why they're making that fight, although...
Ryan Couture's back.
Yeah,
Okay.
although I think Valerie Letourneau probably stops her in... probably goes decision, but she's going to take a beating, like a bad one.
Oh, yeah, it's flyweight. Hell yeah.
Well, also, she's 2-0, and Valerie Letourneau is, what, 9-5-0 or something like that?
9-6 and
9-6. So... It's going to be bad, but it'll be entertaining kind of bad. I don't know shit about Juan Archuleta, and I have not done tape study, so why don't we open up that along with Robbie Peralta.
Juan Archuleta looks like he is known as the Spaniard. He was a champion in some organization. King of the Cage.
That's There's worse things than being a King of the Cage champ. He's got a win over William Jopin. Joplin. I have terrible reading from this far out. My eyesight
Shouts
is
out to
garbage.
Mark Dickman.
Oh, he does have a win over Mark Dickman.
Adele El Tamini.
So,
AKA Robert Brighton. He's
Man.
from Egypt.
It's a big step up. He's fighting Robbie Peralta. What's Robbie's last fight look like?
Let's find out.
Because Robbie's has a crazy record.
Shad. Smith.
Jesus. Okay, well,
Wait.
Shad Smith is also 13 and... No, wait.
Is it because they knew Chad is a shitty first name, so they just went with Shad to be hipster?
Well, yeah, something like that. Man, I didn't realize Robbie Peralta has been fighting in, like, Brave FC and shit since then.
Huh.
Interesting. I gotta take Robbie Peralta on that, hands down. Just dude is real green. Although, since he's a young dude with a decent record, it's possible he just comes in and steamrolls Robbie Peralta and puts his name on the map. But I don't know. Having not watched any tape on any of this, I would say we'll go with Juan. Ryan Couture is back taking on Sadawad. Ryan Couture, one of the nicest guys on Twitter. He's tweeted me before when I was just talking shit about there's the Evil Dead TV show. I was like, what the fuck? When did they make an Evil Dead TV show? And he hit me up being like, dude, it's real.
Well, Ryan Couture's 35, but then again, I fucking forget how old Randy is.
Randy's like 50.
Isn't he like 58?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Well, because he was in his 40s when he won the championship. In the
But then
UFC.
again, that still makes him young when he had his son.
Yeah.
He was like 22, 23. So yeah,
for
it checks
sure.
out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a trip. So Ryan Couture,
What was Ryan's last fight? Oh, right, he got the
Ryan
win.
Gasali.
Right, that was that NYC card.
Yeah.
I believe we might have been. I think I saw that right before we went to the venue, and then he had that loss.
Jesus, he fought one of the Pitbull brothers.
And Goichi Yamauchi back to back. That's a tough fucking run. And then he has a win over everyone's favorite Dakota Cochran. Before that, you guys may know him from MattBattle.com or whatever fucking gay porn joke you want to insert there.
Battlegrounds and
Yeah. Any of the
PUBG MMA.
Yeah, no, Dakota Cochran was a former gay porn
I
star.
know. Never of that.
But yeah, PUBG MMA does sound like a gay porn. You're right. So who's he fighting?
He's
Sadawad.
what?
What's Sadawad's last fight look
Is this
like?
guy Swedish? Sounds like a Swedish
Yes, I believe so. No, he's not.
name. Not at all.
Where's he from?
I don't know why I thought he's Swedish.
Does it say where he's from?
Oh, I'm thinking of Swedish car make Saab. I'm an asshole. Saab.
Oh, right.
Yeah, never mind. It says he's fighting on San Bernardino. Where's he from? Well, he's born in the United States. I
Okay.
don't know where he's from. Yeah. He's from California.
Weird. I also always associated him with being foreign, but maybe that's because I don't follow Bellator nearly as much as I should. Because I'm an asshole like that. Wins over J.J. Ambrose, Zach Freeman.
Ooh, Zach Freeman.
Which is a big name nowadays, and Ryan Quinn, and then losses to Brennan Ward, no shame, and Derek Anderson, no shame. Fucking went over Evangelista Santos, yeah, Male Cyborg.
I say Male Cyborg, yeah.
And then lost to Patrick. Man, this seems like a tough fight. I don't know. I'm not going to pick someone since I really like Ryan Couture.
So what do you think of the main event? It's the women's flyweight championship fight between...
Olimole McFarland.
Sounds Hawaiian.
Sounds Hawaiian,
besides the McFarland.
but if you go ahead and look at where she's fighting out of...
Oh, good old the 619, San Diego, California.
That's right, out of Liz Carmouche's gym.
Oh, cool.
Which is why this weekend, remember I said, I think Olimole McFarland might be on that EBI card. Nope, mixed it up. She's on the Bellator card. That's why I knew it was someone from that gym that was doing some kind of fighting-related activity. But, yeah. No, Olimole McFarland has been looking like a beast lately. If you scroll down, she's been bodying girls like Emily Dakota, Jessica Middleton, and Emily Dakota again, and then Rebecca Ruth. She's honestly been putting on super impressive performances. 10th playing a black belt, I believe, out of the Freak Show in Oceanside. I believe. I might be mixing up which 10th planet she's from, but
This chick she's fighting
Super
looks pretty gnarly. Alejandra Lara out of Colombia.
Yeah.
Only 23.
What's her last fight?
Lena Ovchinnikova.
Sure.
I don't know how to say that.
Lena? Yeah.
Ovchinnikova. Yeah, Ovchinnikova.
But, like, so that's her one fight in the States. And then before that...
She was in a Colombian organization, yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And even then, actually, that fight in the States was actually in Mexico, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. No,
So,
that was Italy.
is it Italy?
Yeah.
Oh, right. When they did the Italy fight.
Yeah.
That makes sense, because she has previous fights in Italy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to go Ilya McFarlane. 100%. Not even a question. But I think it'll be a fun card. I generally like Bellator's stuff that they put out. Especially lately. I'm interested to see how that... You heard they have a streaming deal with DAZN?
Yeah, dude. Someone mentioned on Reddit, if you ask, so, what is DAZN? It's a premier sports streaming service that was founded in Germany, I believe.
And not yet available in the U.S. at all.
I know. But what's dope about it, since the Germans love the NFL, you can watch NFL streaming.
Really?
Yeah, because the NFL is besides...
Probably regional locked,
besides Canada... You know, because they love it, and because they play American football, CFL.
Also, CFL, bro. Way better than the NFL.
Yeah, dude, the end zones are bigger, the sidelines are wider.
Dog, the kickers can kick.
Johnny Manziel is back. # comeback season. Anyways, none of you listening give a fuck about that. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, DAZN, I don't know how they pronounce it, Dawson, it's probably just...
Sure. It's probably Dawson.
Yeah, but you said Bellator is to be part of that? Is that
yeah, it's supposed to be. And they said every card is going to be available on it. But I don't know what that means, and I don't know how region locks are going to work. Because it seems like with the NFL, when they bring it to the U.S., you got to region lock it, or else no one's going to buy fucking U.S. network shit. Like... Yeah. That's how streaming deals work. So I don't understand how they're saying everything's going to be available unless they're doing pay-per-view buys, like essentially, where they're doing like, hey, pay $5 and see this thing on top of our, or maybe it's I don't know their model. I don't know if they have a flat fee. I don't know if it's like per buy. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Or what it's going to be for the U.S. So we'll see how that works out, but. Should be interesting nonetheless.
Only other thing you wanted to cover was what? Dana White's Tuesday night? Or
yeah, Tuesday Night Contender Series. We should pull that up. You can even just... Yeah, if you go to... Probably just Contender Series would work. Because I don't know if they're going to put his name on it.
Here.
Yeah, just Google Contender Series topology. But yeah, so the Contender Series has been dope as always. So far for this season, they are they're 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in. They're 3 weeks in, and they are, that's going to be week 3, yep. And they are 14 out of 15 finishes for the season so far. Crazy numbers. No one does those numbers.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Let's start off at the bottom.
Yeah, so Jordan Williams fought against Tim Karen. You told me this was the only... Or no, excuse me.
Almost. The only one that went to the third round, yeah.
Yeah. Williams got the TKO via ground and pound.
And what's crazy about this fight is Williams was the late notice replacement. Tim Karen was the guy who was supposed to fight somebody else and just totally showed nothing in this fight.
It shows what happens when you're not prepared for like a last minute replacement.
I don't even think it was that, man. I don't know if like he just had some head game problems that the week of the fight or what, but man, he showed nothing in that fight. He just got beat on a lot for 3 rounds until he got finished. So good win for Jordan Williams. I'm impressed that he was able to keep his cardio going for 3 hard rounds and still like keep fucking pushing the pace and getting the finish. So excited to see that dude going forward. But yeah, weird performance from Tim Karen, who I suspect we will see a better. I suspect every other fight of his that we're ever gonna see is gonna be better than that one, because I think I even said on the MMA community forums that like it was almost Jason Strangebrew Thacker-esque from Tough. That dude who was like had no experience and was just like a Louisiana dude they put in the house, kind of.
Wasn't he the guy who lied about being like, I have like 3 wins?
Well, he didn't lie, but he did. They weren't verified, and like also he has like questionable mental health at the time and stuff like that. Interesting dude, but it was a very weird performance by Karen, who did nothing of significance. So I don't know. But moving on from that, Julian Rosa got the win over Jamal Emmers.
That's a name you've heard of before if you've seen Tough. He was on Tough 22, the McGregor-Faber season, if I recall correctly.
That's what it was.
I think he got knocked out by Artem Lobov, unfortunately. Let me check that.
Possible. Artem Lobov is the kind of dude who would be a problem for certain dudes.
Yeah.
Good God. He has had some fights, huh?
He's fought a lot of people.
Like, he was in the UFC, then had, like, fucking 10 fights, and then came back to Contender Series.
He's been busy, man. He looked good.
Busy as shit. How many fucking fights has he had?
So after the Lobov, which happened in August of 2015.
God, that's a long time ago.
He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 now. So he had 12 fights in the next, basically, 2.5 years. Almost 3 years.
Yeah, after getting cut off the Teruto Ishihara fight.
Yeah. So he's been, yeah.
Man, well, that dude looks super impressive. Well, I should say he got beat up a lot of that fight. He looks, like I said when we were talking about it and on the forums, he looks a lot like a giant Dom Cruz with worse defense and high kicks.
Yeah.
Worse defense, better high kicks.
Yeah.
Like, he has that weird hunched over shoulder movement and the herky-jerky shit. The switch and the stance switching, but he also can just get bombed on, which Emmers did for a lot of that first round and a half, until he just
even Busy
banged
was
him.
basically saying Emmers is having his way with him as far as connecting.
It seemed that way, and then off a counter, or I believe it was
almost like a glide to a fucking just a high.
it was a step off left high kick, and he just blasted him with it, and then came down with a bunch of punches and put him out, Impressive win. And you got to figure that dude's going to get another call up to at least Contender Series, because that shit was super
I think they give
impressive.
him a contract, right? Or no? Or do they only give a contract to somebody?
It's only the top 2.
Okay.
Because they love super early finishes, and this was in the second round. Speaking of super early finishes that didn't get a contract, Josh, the spinning top Parisian, or the Parisian spinning top, as I like to refer to him, took on Greg Rebello. Greg looked good early on, and then got fucking spinning back-fisted into oblivion by Josh. And, man, hard not to like heavyweights who are throwing spinning shit, right? Always.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, didn't exactly work out for him. They offered him a tough contract, which he looked super fucking pissed about.
I'd say more bummed, but yeah.
I mean, he looked aggravated at best. He's like, really? After all that, we're still doing tough? Great. So, I thought that was fun. What about this next one?
T. Edwards versus Austin Tweedy. This was a very long fight. It went the distance. If you fell asleep, you'd have thought it went the distance, because guess what? You missed the fight. It actually ended in the first 28 fucking seconds.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, this dude's got some pop in his hands,
He
dude.
basically landed one giant... Was it right
It actually
hand?
looked like one of those gnarly... It looked like something out of knockout mode in the UFC game.
Yeah, well,
Pretty bad.
And he hit the right hand, and then when you watch, he actually hit to the left hand, to the left side of the dude's jaw on the way down also. Which is like one of those like extra insulting...
Call it a double tap.
Like, you're like, how do you hit someone's left side of their jaw with your left hand? That has to be nasty. And yeah,
it's because he's going to the angle.
He's going
he hit
down,
him like
he
that.
turned his head, and then he hit him with that left hand.
Yeah.
But because the right hand spun his head to the side, but man, it was very nasty. And that's why he got the contract.
And then in the main event,
Antonina, my modella.
Shevchenko. You can hear the whole time Valentina going, "Hey,
Oh,
hey,
100%.
hey!"
Yeah, classic Thai move. She looked good.
Yeah, I thought she looked well rounded.
Her her clinch is fantastic. Like everyone would have
I
expected.
remember I saw some dipshit comment on Reddit. They're like, "Oh, can't wait to see the Shevchenko sisters fight each other." So I'm like, yeah, asshole. That's why brothers and sisters fight each other all the time. Come on, bro.
Not only that, but like the skill gap is not.
No.
I did see someone say that they want to see Antonina versus Joanna Jacek. I would love to see that because that sets up the Joanna Shevchenko fight in a way.
Yeah.
That would
That's
be.
if she beats Antonina. You beat
Joanna,
my sister.
Joanna would slaughter Antonina right now. Maybe not in 2 years, but right now her ground game is way too green.
Yeah.
With JJ having been like working at
ATT, Mike Brown.
Yeah. Like Mike Brown would guaranteed give her a winning game plan for that fight. But I do want to see Antonina in that division. I don't want to see her get a bunch of softballs. Like I'd love to see like a Angie Hill fight or something like that. Like someone that like is a tough fucking matchup. And Angie Hill has good enough wrestling and grappling at this point to really bring a tough fucking fight.
I forgot they paired up Angie Hill with a very entertaining fight that's coming up.
Yeah, they just gave her a fight. I'll pull it up. It's fucking great. It's a great fight. I want to say Grasso? Yeah,
it is
because her
Grasso,
asso is Grasso, as Angie Hill tweeted out. So that's going to be a fucking firefight, and get your money in on Angie Hill, because Angie Hill's game is way more well-rounded than Grasso's. We'll put it that way.
I would agree.
But also, I'm biased as shit. So, I don't know. That's about all I had for this episode. Did you have anything else you wanted to cover?
I got shit.
On Friday, we will talk a bit about Ariel's show and Luke's show. And, oh, shit, we should mention. I don't know if you've heard this. Have you heard anything about Heavy Hands?
No, recently.
Dude.
What, are they quitting the show?
So they put out a new episode today saying that next week's episode of Heavy Hands is going to be Pat Wyman's last episode.
Oh, wow.
So Pat Wyman's stepping down.
What is he, like, moving?
No, he's stepping away from MMA journalism in general.
Okay.
He's going to start doing more of his Tides of History podcast. And
okay, right on.
Like, he says also maybe take writing gigs here and there, but he's basically stepping away from MMA because it's exhausting and he doesn't care.
Yeah.
Which...
At least he's honest.
He's too good for MMA, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, the dude is too good of a writer and a historian and all that. So he's currently doing the Tides of History podcast, which I recommend people checking out if you're at all interested in history, especially Roman history. He's a fucking scholar on all that stuff, and he reads, like, he'll tweet out a stack of books that he's reading for each episode because he's just that kind of dude. So he's moving into more of that going forward, and replacing him is going to be Evil Greg Jackson, Phil McKenzie.
Oh, okay, cool.
From the MMA Depressedness, who's fucking hilarious. He's the British dude.
I remember him, yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He also was on the Sixth Round podcast, the MMA Nation.
I remember him because to me he kind of looks like your typical Twitch streamer.
Yes, or a Harry Potter fan. I'll accept both of those, yeah. 100%. But he's great. He's super funny and super knowledgeable. I'm a big fan of Phil McKenzie. So I think while it's sad to see Pat go, I think that show is still going to be fucking fantastic and in a very different kind of way now. But I'll be interested to follow Pat and what he does next. But that is spoiler alert, probably gonna be my can't miss next week. It's gonna be the final episode of Heavy Hands. Since this week they did like a combined show with Phil McKenzie, Conor Rebush, and Pat Wyman, all talking about like their favorite like fights that were weird. I believe it's like classic fights where it was a style that you like someone defined how a style works in a fight.
Yeah. Very
interesting, and I highly recommend it. But I will definitely talk more about it next week, so check that out. We will also mention maybe we'll talk on. I don't know. We'll talk at some point. It'll probably be next week about Ariel and Luke's new shows everyone go look at Luke taking a shot at the end of his new show. Because if you ever wanted to co-sign from me on your new show, take a shot at the end of it. It's an easy qualifier. But is there anything you wanted to plug this week?
Not as of now. Probably I'll mention something on Saturday. We do our movie commentary. If anyone has any recommendations.
Because we'll just say this right now. We really want to do the film No Rules.
That's right.
But since it was straight to DVD, and I looked on eBay and on Amazon, and I can't find it.
I'm going to do some digging on the internet and see if I can find anything. But if we can't find that, since if it's hard for us to find, it's hard for people to find. And while if you message me, I will if I can find it, you can find it. We'll put it that way.
I've heard it's like just the worst. Like, the worst. Like, it's worse than that Shamrock. Like, dude, it's... Oh, and evidently Shamrock's in it. So, what else could be worse than Shamrock's movie than him being in another shitty movie?
Alright.
Yeah, dude, Pamela Anderson's in it. Gary Busey, you know how crazy he is. He's in it.
Okay. Well...
Randy Couture.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I am definitely going to be looking for this thing. If I can find it, you guys can find it. You get in touch with me and we'll have a conversation about how the internet works sometime, maybe. If I can. If I can't, our plan is we're going to do Haywire, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because Gina Carano in that movie, from what I've heard, so I saw Haywire originally. I thought it was okay. But I also heard Gina Carano's lines are all overdubbed for that entire movie. And I never noticed the first time I watched it. And I haven't seen it in maybe, I don't know, when did it come out?
I think 2012.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen it since like 2012 then.
That's already 6 years ago.
Yeah, but it seems like it's been longer. So we will, if we can't find that, we'll do that. And we'll have Chris's brother on.
Chris. Yep, Kyle will be here.
That's right. I'm just calling everyone.
Sorry I ruined the joke, but yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I have very insane parents. They named both of us Chris. They made twins Chris.
I was gonna make the bit that we're all named Chris, everyone on the show, but then I realized we've had Kyle on before.
Yeah.
So we'll have Kyle on. That'll be fun because he's a blast. We will probably be smoking weed, knowing me and Kyle. But look forward to that. And also shouts out to Judo Bill. Judo Bill. We did not forget, you did, I did lose the bet last week that we made.
So, my bet had something to do with he hasn't seen Fast and Furious, or was it a different movie that he hasn't seen?
Correct. You said he has not seen it. I said he's not seen a Fast and the Furious movie, and you said he had.
Okay.
And so, here is the...
Because I was like saying, that's so hard to believe, because there's been like 8 of them.
I will quote the response. I saw the first Fast and the Furious movie in theaters... I saw the first Fast and Furious at the movie theaters, but I haven't watched any of the other ones, and whoa. I watched Gone in 60 Seconds on TV or on Netflix. Shitty. Although I do want an Eleanor. Now...
Yes, thank you. The fucking... What was it? The 70 fastback.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He says, now do a shot, preferably of that rum you had a while back.
Oh, the Black Mass?
Fucking bungalow rum? He wants me to do bungalow rum.
Oh, God.
If you want me to compile a list of films you should watch to make you better men, just let me know. So shouts out to Judo Bill for being hilarious. I did not get terrible
With all due respect, Judo Bill, as a self-proclaimed movie buff, I challenge you to challenge me to give me a list of something that I may or may not have watched.
It's official. Hey, Judo Bill, you can find him on the forums or under the name Number
One Bullshit.
What is it? N-O space 1 space bullshit guy?
N-O period and then space 1 bullshit guy. B-O-L shit. And then space guy.
Right, or you can.
I'll just make my presence known.
Or you can hit you up on Twitter at.
I gotta do.
What is it? At Chris
Just at Chris Medaffer, yeah. I just gotta start posting one on the MMA community anyway.
For sure. So I'm looking forward to that response. Maybe we'll start getting a weekly movie segment of Judo Bill recommendations.
Just as long as you don't get some asshole and go, have you guys seen The Room? It's like, dude, everyone's seen The Room.
Yeah, but no one should see The Room.
Yeah.
I would
go see The Disaster Artist.
That's
actually pretty fun.
If you're gonna tell someone to see The Room, tell someone to see Toxic Avenger or Class of Nukem High. Those are much better bad movies. Trauma's War.
Or Biodome.
Oh, or Biodome.
That's real bad.
Fucking Biodome.
Fucking Pauly Shore.
How is there not an MMA fighter?
Steve
How is Phil Baroni not in that movie somehow? Like, that seems like the kind of movie he'd be in.
Or Freddy Got Fingered. No, don't go see that. I'd actually rather see The Room than Freddy Got Fingered.
No, I'd rather get fingered than see Freddy Got Fingered. Jesus, that was awkward. Alright, well, we will wrap this here, but Judo Bill, I will be taking a shot during our commentary. If I can't find Bungalow Rum, which I'm looking for, it's a fucking weird random rum that's hard to find.
Maybe I'll be nice and bring like some decent alcohol for you to shoot.
Well, so,
not like good alcohol.
No, that's no fun though.
Yeah.
So like the thing is
because then you'll just be like, this is good.
Well, the liquor store near me was selling them for two bottles for $10. Like the last time I saw it there. So we'll see if they still have it. I don't think they do. If they don't, I will get I'll get whatever like weird terrible shot I can find. Off the top of my head, I've seen grapefruit jalapeno
Get that
recently.
shit. It was like, dude, 4 years ago. It was at my dad's house. It was you and Trevor. I remember like I invited you guys.
Oh God, the porn star shots,
dude.
Okay.
I remember you had one,
yeah.
and I'm like, fuck it. I was like trying to be all badass. I had like 2 of them.
So
and I'm
bad.
like, guys, don't have it.
It's so sweet and terrible.
It tastes like gasoline.
Yeah, it's not good. So yeah, we will. I'll definitely have a terrible shot for our commentary this weekend. That'll be a lot of fun. Maybe I'll try and make Chris and Kyle drink one too, and we will be back then. But if you guys want to hit us up, we are on YouTube, Sound of Violence, Twitter, TSOV Pod. You can email the show, chris@thesoundofviolence.com. Oh shit! Shouts out to Mike. Oh shit, Mike, what's your name? I have it somewhere. I emailed you this. A dude named Mike hit us up from Ottawa, I want to say.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, the email.
Yeah, the email we got. From... I got it right here. Shit. Yeah, it is from Mike. Mike basically hit us up asking for some California IPA recommendations. And I gave him a handful, and then he gave us a recommendation for a podcast that we're going to check out. It's called Grange TV, and I've heard of it before. He said he wasn't really a fan of it. He's like, I listened to this recently. I don't know. You can listen to it if you want.
Okay.
He did also give a shout out to Dan Tom's Protect Your Neck, which I'm glad.
I haven't heard that in a while.
I've been listening to it. He hasn't put one out in a bit
Okay.
because he's been having health issues and stuff.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, great dude though, and he's been on MMA Junkie a lot still. But yeah, cool to hear from Mike, and shouts out to that dude. He is cool as hell from Ontario. Did I say Ottawa? That probably makes me a giant racist, knowing Canadians.
No, you're just a regionalist.
Yeah, but shouts out to Mike from Ontario. He's the homie. And I hope you enjoy the beer recommendations. Let us know if you can't find any of the ones we recommended, and we'll send you some more. But shouts out to that dude. Shouts out to Judo Bill. Shouts out to everybody. You guys can email us, chris@thesoundofviolence.com, if you want to get shouted out like Mike did. And yeah, man, we appreciate you guys joining us. This has been a fun recap episode on fights that were 2 weeks ago. Or some of them, anyway. Cool, man. Well, we will be back on Saturday, I think is when we're recording. So the episode will probably go up Sunday.
Actually, dude, this fight was last week.
It was...
Yeah, last Saturday. Almost a week ago. Well, today's Wednesday.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like a week and a half. By the time... Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, we recorded last week. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, well, we skipped last... No, we skipped...
No?
Last weekend.
No, didn't we... Yeah, didn't we record last Friday? Because we're like, hey, the fights are tomorrow. Right when we're done. Dude, we just recorded last week.
Dog,
what are you talking about?
Are you
right?
out of you're out of your mind, right?
Wasn't this last week?
I'm pretty sure you're out of your mind.
Because I was like, oh, wait, none of us are going to be awake tomorrow.
I thought we took the week off because there was no UFC fights last weekend.
Oh, you're probably right.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Either way.
You guys, I think we're losing Chris. I think he's going off the deep end.
Yeah.
He might have become a bigger drunk than me, which means our last episode came out on June 23rd.
Which was right before this fight.
Really?
You're up editing, dude.
Oh,
dog.
God.
No,
That was
I'm
this
not
weekend?
the drunk motherfucker.
Oh, my God.
Dude, we recorded last week. That's how I was so confused this whole time. We were like, hey, it's been 2 weeks.
So, to be fair, I
we
should clarify.
recorded last week.
To be fair, I should clarify.
It's because the fight was so early.
Well, I also had Friday off, which fucked me up pretty bad.
you have the Friday, yeah.
Because I had the first Friday off I've had in a long time. And I stayed up till Saturday at 4 a.m., and then slept for 12 hours on Saturday night. And then, 13 hours on Saturday night, and then went to the fights and got sunburned so fucking bad, you guys. I look like I'm wearing red gloves. That's how bad my sunburn is. So I was wearing a fucking sweater. Anyway, point of the story is, you guys know when our last episode was. This was all redundant. Anyway, been fun.
We're out.
Much love. Go drink a beer. Go watch some fights. Enjoy Bellator on Friday, and we will talk to you guys soon. All right.